Monster kill!
Battle begins.
I'm excited. It's looking really good for Outsiders. But the Hector Wraith King, a classic.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you want to see it. I know we all love it. Hector doesn't seem to love it that much anymore. I don't know if he really, what I've heard, he doesn't really want to play it. But, you know, sometimes when the doom comes, you got to call the king.
They call up your number. They bring you up. You say you got to bust it out.
Coming out of retirement, you know.
Dude, it is just such a good answer. And you can see the crowd definitely feeling a little bit of love for Beast Coast, trying to give them their energy. The representative from the Americas, and DM starts off eating a bear, or rather a wolf. That's the other thing, bear on wolf action.
That would be really bad if you could eat the bear.
You could Midas it? There's a lot of Midases right now. I don't know if they can.
That's a good balance issue, I think.
Yeah, we're building up to it, right? The first you could Ion Shell it, now the next one Midas.
I think the biggest question for this game is how Beast Coast kind of utilizes their cores in this early game. They have all these heroes that sit in their lanes, and they don't want to leave their lanes. The TA wants to go mid and then jungle. The Wraith King wants to go lane and then skeleton the jungle. Lycan wants to lane and then jungle. So I think at some point they need to try to connect these heroes. And they also don't have the easiest ways to connect them. The TA doesn't really have any catch. The Lycan has no catch. So my biggest worry is if they're going to fall behind and Outsiders are going to be the one who kind of starts the game off connecting their puck. Because puck is so easy. You just press coil on some hero and you get a kill.
Yeah, whereas Beast Coast, are they ever going to cross the river? You know?
Yeah, last game, I think one of their big issues last game was the fact that the mid-tier one was alive for so long. And they do have the resources again. The Wraith King really good at taking these towers. Lycan. And speaking of the resources, they are swapping the lanes up a little. They're putting Hector in the off lane, and they're going to put Whisper in the safe lane. I think the biggest thing is this... I don't know why. I think it's that they're scared of the Lycan versus Lone Druid matchup, just because of how the bear works. Maybe they're worried for the Doom versus Skeletons. I'm a little surprised at this. I think that they were okay in their lanes. But they probably are worried, or they think that they're going to get a bigger advantage from this.
Oh, this used to be one of those great matchups for the Wraith King, but across the patches, not necessarily as one-sided as it was before versus the Lone Druid. So we'll have the help of Stinger in the lane, though.
Yeah, and this is kind of interesting. Gojira is down here on the top side as well, and going to be pulling the wave right at the start. So at least at the moment, kind of set up in this like tri-lane versus dual lane, and that does leave the Lycan completely alone down bottom as Hector taking some extra deeps there from the bear.
And also something to talk about. This is a puck not in the mid lane.
Yeah,
it's a 4 puck, which I was kind of interested in what they were going to do. I thought it was going to be a Doom 4 with the Viper off lane, but...
Oh, he killed his friend, but it was worth it.
Those early bear kills start adding up really quickly if you give them away. So thankfully he was able to get the deny.
Yeah, but talk about this puck 4. It's something we've seen a little bit of like support puck at various points, even within this region.
Yeah, I know Whisper is also one of the, or Beast Coast rather, and Whisper is, they're one of the players and teams who have actually been playing puck not mid. Whisper's been successful with puck in the off lane. So I think it's trying to get more utilized and being able to pick it early and play it in different lanes.
It's kind of surprising that it's taken this long, but at the same time, I feel like when the last time puck was really, really strong, and we'd see it on the 5 or the 4, was because it was mostly about just like nuking the whole wave. But now it's like Witchblade puck. So I feel like maybe, I mean, in the end, coil still rules, and you still get it as support, which is why it can work. Yeah,
a lot of the patches that made it worse, or he used to have, I think, 10 more damage on puck. It was around 60 damage with no items, so the trading was really strong. And now he's a little weaker at trading, but it's not a great puck game. There's no great leash targets. Everyone on Beast Coast kind of wants to sit there and hit anyway, like all the Wraith Kings and the TA. Even the Lycan, you can't root creeps with the coil. So he's going to play the game on himself.
Look at this. Bear getting in trouble, but the Savage Roar is out. Can't get back in range for the cookie. So Ramses be able to send that one back on home. That definitely hurts, but at least won't be giving up the gold.
I mean, Ramses may be sad, but so see Smile in the mid. Like, I see him out there and just hitting some neutrals, right? Like, this is what you gain by going for this support puck. You have GPK in the mid on this Viper, taking the small camp, but Ramses
just goes down, so the Bear dies too, and he's going to have to wait for that resummon in a second. 40 seconds still.
This is the biggest worry. Lone Druid.
Is he under there? No, I thought GPK might have dove. Wait a minute.
I mean, they had the glyph too. He was thinking about it.
See Smile taking some damage over time, and the rotation comes over. They find him. GPK gets the kill with the help of Yamich on that puck.
Nice rotation. This Viper TA matchup can get really hard, really fast. This is one of the harder matchups, especially because of how break works. The TA loses all his range. He can't even harass you at all. So TA kind of just sits there as a melee hero, and a melee hero versus Viper is not a fun time. But this Lone Druid is really scary when you put it in the safe lane. because he's really low leveled, and Lone Druid needs a lot of levels. You want pretty much all of your spells maxed out as soon as possible. So when he starts getting behind, he's not going to farm fast. He's not going to be able to pressure his lanes or rotate, and he's going to kind of be a sitting duck. And especially if Beast Coast keeps this tri lane up, keep pulling the lane back, he's going to try to have to find a place to put him in the game.
I was about to ask, but he answered my question already. Would he join the cause of the Midas? Because Ramses, GPK, they've both been some Midas buyers this patch whenever they find themselves in trouble. So Lone Druid, of course, great with the attack speed.
Yeah, so I remember when Ame started playing at the last tournament, he would go casual Gloves of Haste. Pretty much every game on Lone Druid. He'd go Mask of Madness still, but he'd just go the Gloves of Haste. And one of my worries was, are these other carry players going to see this Gloves and be like, I can turn that into a Midas. That's a lot of gold right there for me. And it looks like Ramsey's going to do that. I think it's actually good this game because of how his early lane has started. And you can see he has the Blades of Attack, but he has to give up on that idea of going the phase boots to win the lane.
Dude, what a freaking rough start for C Smile, though. I mean, you talk about the Lone Druid definitely having a tough time of it, but at least for now, this TA has been completely zoned out of lane, and Gojira has to come on in to just try and keep the pressure off of the tower.
Yeah, he's putting obs, sentries down, trying to prevent this vision that's there from outsiders, and they're still just diving under this tower with no regard.
Yeah, it's a little scary. TA is one of the better heroes at jungling very early, though, so he's not going to fall too far behind, but at the same time, it is giving Doom a 1v1 bot since there's so many supports that had to rotate mid. So anytime you give Doom a 1v1, that's like the classic Doom. Even like in the 2015, 2016 days, Doom would go 1v1 a Darkseer, and you're like so scared. So giving this guy a 1v1 versus Lycan, where he can just eat the creeps too, he's going to get really farmed really fast.
And they move in, looking for Gojira.
Nice high ground ward.
Underneath the tower, Fissure and the TP back home. Does he make it out though? No. So GPK, another kill on this Viper. They're
high five.
They're also dewarding the jungle that was all blocked off. So Outsiders doing a good job of setting themselves up for success here.
Oh, Yamish, though. He put a sentry down. He was pretty confident that cliff was empty, but directly after the sentry earlier, they did place an ob. So they're going to know with this observer that he's just placed now.
This is a little scary because, again, Beast Coast doesn't have the greatest heroes to rotate. And when you lose your lanes and you kind of get stuck in your lanes, there's sometimes where it feels really hard to break them down. Especially at the Lycans in the safe lane. He doesn't really have any towers to pressure easily. This offlane tower is like one of the harder ones to take. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Beast Coast moves their heroes around. Because I think if they don't, they're going to start falling behind.
Well, already, it's, like you said, a bit scary. And they keep on sending. I mean, this is, what, 3 heroes mid for Outsiders. They're just trying to take this tower. 6.5 minutes just about, and this is going to be tier 1 mid dead. It is definitely a rough mid lane, and C-Smile trying to catch back up, but when you get those objectives that quickly, it just opens up the map so much and shuts it down for Beast Coast.
And GBK is one of these Viper players. He wants to play Viper and just win the lane, and it's looking like he's doing it right now. There's no tower. It's so hard for Beast Coast to play this game, right?
There is no tower. You're not wrong, man. It's a rough one. And up top,
and look,
they
he's
go in.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Finds K1 right away and does hit level 6. So this is going to be dead 2 times, most likely. Ramsey's right on top of him. Can they get the slowdown? Maybe not. Okay, Cookie away. Right. So Hector manages to escape from that, but did have to burn through the ulti nonetheless.
I think that feels fine. For the side of Outsiders, the Puck is also getting mid XP, and this TA is kind of getting space now. He's in his own jungle, he's farming, but I think the saving grace has to be Whisper right now. He has to get this Dominator and he has to make a move. Probably to the Lone Druid. The Lone Druid is probably the easiest here to kill. The Doom is going to be really tanky. I think he's also going a Midas. He has a Midas on the Doom too.
Dude, yeah, he's pretty rich.
Look at all, I mean, where do you go? Beast Coast, they're zoned out of this triangle. There's nowhere for them to farm. You can't come to lanes, it feels like. They're not able to go to their jungle. Outsiders are already just constricting those areas so heavily.
And not only are they trying to recover this temple. Okay, GBK is getting really low here, by the way, versus Earthshaker and Snap.
Wait a minute. The block ball Hector. Hector, gets gifted a free one. Can he finish off the job, though? He does. It's actually Stinger that takes the kill, and now Hector might go down. Oh, Stinger, have to be careful. The root, the silence, it's all there. Hector in trouble and gets killed. So Ramses cleans up.
Ramses did a nice thing there. If you save the skill point on the bear, you can root twice in a row. So that's why he was able to keep Hector in place for so long. But still, this GPK kill is really big. Getting these kills when you're behind matter a lot for even just making space. Giving you him like 20, 30 seconds to farm out lanes. This TA got to push out mid. They're actually able to kind of get back in the game a little.
And even Stinger being there for that too. Like, you're struggling on supports, right? Because you're trying to save this Templar Assassin, so you don't get that wave mid. You don't get this opportunity for the early XP to get these kisses to try and get these kills back into the game. Yeah, that's a tough kill to get down bottom, though.
Speaking of getting back to the lane, you see Hector TP's bot, and he kicks Whisper out of the lane. Whisper's not going to be too sad. He can jungle. He does have his Dom too, so he's probably going to end up smoking with Stinger and try to maybe wrap on the mid tower, kill the Viper again.
It looks that way by the drawings there. Gojira's making the call.
It's really nice. This Lycan is really good versus Viper in the game. That's one of the things they have going for them, that if Whisper keeps having a good game, it's a good Lycan game. Good versus the supports, good versus Viper. The Doom can be a little questionable, but he can carry.
Just surrounding the Viper and just like, eliminating these
Viper's really
units.
bad when there's multiple targets to hit, because if he hits one guy, he'll kill one guy, but you can't kill 5 guys. And they're going to go on the Skywrath on the mid lane.
Quick little jump. The cookie is there, and the double stun. No, gets the silence, so no way to break it, but, well, you just kill him. And that works just as well to cancel the TP. So Beast Coast, after losing a little bit of early pressure there, they're going to start to get some more back onto the mid lane.
Yeah, Outsiders kind of make the read, it looks like, that they're going to defend the tower, but maybe they're actually going to show up with all their heroes.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's not great.
He tried to hunt down Gojira because he had the urn. He's like, oh yeah, I can get this kill. Last urn charge, but sometimes you jump into the neutrals. There's a TA there. Gets a bit rough.
Yeah, he got a little low armor on the puck these days, so a lot of damage coming from the TA.
You mentioned it, though. See Smile, the catch-up is there, and currently second on the net worth ahead of GPK's Viper. Has been able to buy some extra time and now in a pretty comfortable position.
Yeah, I definitely don't think this is the type of game where if Beast Coast falls behind, it's not playable for them. They have a lot of damage. Their supports are really strong. They have a lot of team fight. They have good matchups core-wise. Then the other big thing is that this Lone Druid's game is not good right now. He didn't go for the Midas. He went for the Mask of Madness and the Gloves of Haste. So he probably saw his Doom get a Midas, and he didn't want to double down on all this gold being invested. But thankfully, Beast Coast is grouping up their heroes. The C-Smile goes top with the Lycan. They're going to take this tower. They're going to get this big jungle top, and the Lone Druid's not going to catch up that easily. This hero is not one that flash farms.
Yeah, you see, you give the carry players this TA lately, and they don't do this. You know, they don't show up and group up with their offlaner and actually take the objective. They're a little too obsessed with the Ancient, so it's nice for C-Smile to get up there.
Yeah, even the mids generally want to do that, but they get told that they have to do their job as a mid laner and rotate around the map, kill heroes. This weird thing,
It's not fair. Doesn't seem right.
Well, there's also a catapult wave there as well in the mid lane with Hector, like allies nearby, but they're not quite committed for this. They're still busy just stacking it up there on Stingers. They keep that gold brewing in the Radiant Triangle.
And you can see how big this one death for GPK was, where he was top of the net worth. He was pressuring so hard, but now he's kind of falling behind a little. The TA's caught up. Even the Wraith King's ahead of him. So this is not an easy Viper game. They picked it for the lane matchup. They did not pick it for the game matchup. And he's kind of hoping that his Doom and his Lone Druid are going to get him, this 15-20 minutes plus. And that's going to be hard.
They spot
look at the positioning of the Centaur down in the river like that, too.
Another round with the stun available in a second as the silence is going to wear off, but Ramsey's in the area. They're going to have to use the Savage Roar to get him away from the Skywrath Mage. So ulti used, no kills found for Whisper, at least for the moment. They could still chase this a little bit, but yeah, Sky is all the way back.
That's pretty rough. Using the shapeshift like that. Kind of overestimating the Lycan speed there, trying to get a cookie catch once the silence was there on the Centaur.
Oh. They really going on a GPK with the Helm Creep? The silence is there again. Won't have a stomp, and yeah, they can't do anything. So they take over a melee creep, in fact, just to not give up the bounty.
It's been really annoying to try to Centaur stomp this guy just because he keeps silencing the creep.
Yeah, it's actually doing so much work.
Yeah, it's just stopping this Lycan, and every time Lycan uses his ult, especially in the early game, it feels like it's such a long time because they also don't buy boots.
Yeah.
So their hero is really slow. And their biggest play right now is to take this mid tower, but the way that Outsiders is playing is they're kind of just baiting this Viper on mid lane. And it's allowing the Lone Druid to sit in tri-camp, and it's allowing Doom to just farm bot.
It's actually giving GPK a roll where he was sort of losing one a little bit once he died.
It's also, when you take this mid tower, and you're a mid hero who kind of wants to sit mid, you don't have anywhere to go. Because you have no lane to pressure as Viper anymore. So now that he's sitting back and absorbing the pressure from the enemy team, it's giving him a roll.
Well, Yamich has been working hard up top there trying to farm up that Blink Dagger as this support puck, so going to take a little bit more time here, and likewise the same issue for Gojira, but Gojira, I mean, considering the game, 0-1-1, doing great, almost has that Blink.
That's crazy. 13 minutes in, and he's looking really solid for that on top of the Arcane, so you get a couple of minutes here left alone, and suddenly they could make a big smoke play if they need to, can get towards, that next item onto TA. You win a fight, suddenly, potentially Roche.
Did he Echo Slam a stack or something? Where did this guy get this gold?
This is really surprising, because there's been two very big, or very different Earthshaker builds of this tournament. There's been the Blink Rush.
Oh, Coil used? up top. This is likely dead at least
He
once.
has an armlet.
Some armlet toggle in action is coming through. The cookie did not help him there. But Gojira moves on in. The kiss is out. And that is going to be a quick one. Now trying to hunt the puck down. Yamich. They cut off to the left, though. So they get one kill onto the Viper. Dies again.
This is where I think the Viper feels bad. Neither of his supports going for him. His Doom is just farming a BKB. His Lone Druid has to recover farm.
Oh, this is so good, too.
He ends up having to just keep walking into the enemy and forcing these plays, and he just keeps dying because it's a hard Viper game.
And the second they have Blink on Gojira and it's flying on the courier, they just like run into the Roche pit. They got that kill on the Viper. The trap's already in there. Snapfire's helping out with the medallion and the little shredder. This is a great way to get an early Roche. Yamich can see it, but I don't think you're going to try and contest.
I mean, it's dangerous. There are a lot of heroes in the area. Coil's still 20 seconds, and it's not nearly soon enough. So Beast Coast, they open the map back up, get an Aegis, and with Blink Dagger now done, they might be able to start playing some Dota.
What do you want to buy on C-Smile? He's been hoarding a lot of gold, not buying any of the smaller pieces of something.
I think
this Deso? Is this Blink?
The Deso or BKB, I think. I don't know if he needs a Blink right now. He can kind of abuse his Lycan for vision and the Earthshaker for a Blink. And he just needs to be more of a body. I think the Wraith King is not really going to enter the fight. But at the same time, he did go Blink.
Yeah, but
I was going to say,
though.
the Wraith King is buying a Desolator. So they probably don't want to double up on the Desos, which is one of these weird things. So maybe he feels bad about going a first set of BKB.
He bought Blink Shard.
Oh.
He just calmed it right up there on the TA. That's pretty cool.
Gojira hunting. They missed, though. He's already backing away. DM did not scout that fissure, I don't believe. Although he might have had an inkling they were coming that direction as there was a ward in the area.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hoping he was going to go for the Puckos, you know, rush that Eggs or something.
Oh, yeah.
My biggest worry with the TA and even the Shaker going this Blink instead of like the Shard Force Staff, which is the other big build, is that Outsiders heroes are really good when you walk into them.
Yeah.
Lone Druid will never, he can't buy Blink, he can't buy Force Staff. He just kind of is enabled by his bear being on top of your hero, which is also by you walking at him. The Skywrath, even the Doom, when you kind of chase into these heroes, that's when they get their spells off for free. They get the vision of you. So I'd be scared that if these items which are enabling Beast Coast to go in also enable Outsiders to counter-initiate on the fight.
And you can see on DM as well, he has that Ice Armor too. It's like he understands what's going to happen, right? Like you're going to be hopping into these fights. If you get the Ice Armor onto someone like Ramses and they don't get that initial blow up, the turn potential is very real.
It could be devastating. You got to watch for that. Currently top net worth on that Doom. Just been farming all game long. And a couple other things that could come out in a little while. We saw that Helm of the Overlord about to be done for the Lycan, if I'm not mistaken, getting closer and closer, but then queuing up the Aghanim Scepter. So trying to boost up K1 Hector, get him super farmed as well, and just chasing people down with the Wolf Bite.
Yeah, it's a little surprising that he's actually going the Ags this early. Most people go for AC because the worry is that when you go this Ags, it stops your hero from getting items and scaling as your own hero, and you're kind of playing for your own team. And the one good thing that he has going is he does have so many cores. He has a TA and a Wraith King, which are both, they can't just carry the game. They don't need other heroes to carry. So he can kind of take this back seat.
Wow, this is a bold attempt.
GPK.
Hector, though, from above.
Very low.
He
Bear
just keeps
forces
running.
them back, and they run in and just gives him one big swipe.
He just came out of the fog.
Sets him up for it. Why not? On the other angle, they do find that puck. And, well, Yamich now maybe has gone a bit too far. Does Gojira want to chase? He does have blinked back up and won't go for it. GPK has just been, he's been caught a couple times. Wants to stand there tall in front of everybody, but you get a Wraith King on you, it hurts.
I like the confidence of Stinger there, too. Just saying, like, we got the Wolf Vision. Like, let's try this. It's a lot of damage on the kisses, even if it's been nerfed over time.
And I don't want to keep, ranting about this Lone Druid, but Ramses is having a rough one. Like, he's only 7,000 gold. He's 3,000 gold behind both of the cores of Beast Coast. And this is a hero that you don't want to fall behind. This is the hero that you want to be the one taking these towers, taking these fights, being an unkillable beast. And I don't even think his bear is unkillable. So his bear will just die.
If you're Ramses this game, what are you complaining about? Like, what happened?
I think it was the lane. This aggro tri-lane from Beast Coast, I was a little worried for it, but it ended up being really strong. And it gave the Doom. It gave the Doom a free lane, but it destroyed the Lone Druid. And Doom with a bad lane can play the game, but Lone Druid with a bad lane can't play the game.
This is an interesting moment right now as they're looking with the vision. I mean, outsiders see all of this, but going on Hector just feels so bad. Gojira, they also get a ward
But
up
Whisper.
on the trees. That's a better target to find. And C-Smile throws out the traps. Image gets him. Coil onto 2. Snaps it. Gojira, he sees all of these heroes grouped together. Can they go for the big Echo Slam?
DM's
They
trying
have
to
the
do it.
breakdown. It's dangerous. Image jumps in, hits on all, but where's the control? He doesn't have it. The break is there to stop the stunts. It was not enough. So they lose Whisper, they lose the Earthshaker, they're also going to drop on Stinger, but maybe the 2 cores can do enough on their own. Oh, it doesn't look like it. C-Smile also goes down, and Hector, the last one left alive.
Oh, the vision into the trees.
Outsiders, the one big bear, the one big creep, it's not enough to take down DM. They reveal the war, and that was the perfect fight for Outsiders.
Yeah, so it's kind of what I talked about, where when Beast Coast jumps in, they have so much counter initiation on the side of Outsiders. And this is why I was a little worried about this Blink Dagger and Shaker versus the Shard. When you buy Shard and Force Staff on the Shaker, you don't feel forced to enter the fights. You just press Fissure, and then you follow up stun with your Shard, and that's it. You can enter the fight with the next Fissure, and you just play. But as you can see, they catch the Lycan at the very start, and then Beast Coast just keeps funneling in and funneling in. They fight into this Nether Toxin on the ground, so the Shaker isn't able to get a good jump, and they just get caught.
I think DM as well, he held for such a long time with the Doom, right? Because there's an Aegis on TA and then there's a Wraith King. So he's like, well, I can't just Doom right away. So they're kind of like sitting there holding out for it. But
He didn't even end up dooming.
No,
he still has
it the whole time. So then the beginning of the fight as well, where they had the smoked up supports on Outsiders, I think was also huge as well, right? Because between the Wolves and the Traps, like they're kind of trying to prepare for things from Beast Coast, but they didn't actually have an idea where they were set up.
I think Beast Coast right now needs to kind of, they need to make sure the Lycan gets his ult off. I think he's very important at controlling both of these supports. Skyrat did end up going down in that fight, but he bought back. And they need this Lycan to be kind of a powerhouse, because the TA I don't think is strong enough. That's how he could be.
He gets found, did manage to eat up the big creep, and the coil comes out, the leash is there, but I don't know if they mind fighting into this too much. C-Smile gets silenced, needs to back away, needs to get a refraction off. Ducks dodges. It's not enough to keep him alive, but it is enough to take down the puck. So it's a 3-for-1 exchange.
DM a little too far up on the mid lane, and he just gets caught. And every time Mahir gets caught in the mid lane, everyone's so close that you feel like you can help this guy, that you can get him just out, but
Yeah,
with the haste, you know,
He
you want
was
to help.
pretty dead. He BKBs anyway.
Save your friend syndrome, right?
Yep.
They want to save their teammate, but sometimes when you get jumped on the mid lane, you have to accept that it's a mistake and just get out. So thankfully they get the TA, so it doesn't feel too bad. But when you're, they just won this fight. They don't want to give up another fight back to Beast Coast.
Well, and they might just give up a tower instead. It's the tier 2 down bottom. We have seen this a couple of times now, teams heading to the bottom side of the map to take it.
Specifically Thunder Awaken and Beast
Yeah.
Coast, right? This idea of the Aegis and going down here to play.
But they get up a little bit better than Thunder Awaken did in the previous series, and are going to be able to take the tier 2, now have access to that outpost.
I think right now Beast Coast is just waiting for this next Roche respawn. The second Roche is generally the really big one in the games. That's the game turner. It either secures the game if you're winning, or it can turn around if you're losing.
Look at that mini-map right now, that line drawn down the middle from Stinger, right? So first they circled up top, they drew a line down the middle. Like, we want to go play in the dire jungle now, right? Because we finished bottom. Like, objective complete, right? Towers
Yeah,
are
there's
down.
creeps. They'll force heroes back to this tier 3. We don't need to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, that's no longer our zone to play. But what we do want to do is get these traps in the top half. Like, get that similar vision that we established in the bottom lane up top here. Begin the scouting with the wolves, follow up with the traps, and then there's still so many heroes that if you just catch them with this trap, it can force a Yules out of Yamich.
And they're pretty much going to use Hector as a bait. He's just going to be first in every single zone and take the initiation.
They didn't go for the bait, they went for the TA, and she is going to die. Drops immediately. Hector turns around and is forced to TP out. Do they get the root? No. So Outsiders, they managed to find one big kill. Stinger turns around, trying to take down Yamich. The cookie says, fight me. Sure, why not? Can they bring him down, though? Yamich, does he decide to jaunt away? Does not. Gets the heal, and then the blink out.
Same time, Gojira got his TP canceled, so he goes down. And Roche is going to be a long spawn. It's 3 minutes, so Beast Coast doesn't feel too bad. It's not going to be an early spawn, and thankfully, because Lone Druid would Roche really fast. So it's not too bad for Beast Coast. But again, all these small kills are feeding into Outsiders right now. They have one Midas. They have a Doom, though, so a lot of gold's going to be pooling up. And Beast Coast's cores, I think there might be a point where they have too many. They're not all going to be too strong.
Too many cores.
Yeah,
Usually
the
not a
Lycan's
bad problem to have, but in this instance it is.
Yeah, if you look at Whisper, he's queued up the Ags, and he even, I think, a Lotus right after. So he's going more of a supporty build, because he realizes that his TA and his Wraith King are going to be Though they'd have to be the stars of the show.
Right.
He's not going to be a star.
Well, still 1,000 gold separating these two teams, 12-10. The smoke up as 4 for Beast Coast.
Still no Doom here available.
Hector is going to potentially come and connect with the rest of the team as he pushes out that top lane, but right now it is the Puck that's up front and center, and they run into the Ramses Bear. Does not break the smoke, but they see the real hero. Do they want to go on the Bear Man back behind the tier 2 tower? And
they're starting with kisses.
They go for it right away. Echo out, and they find their target. No response.
That was really nice. They waited until he used Mask of Madness so that when they stun the Lone Druid, he can't fear from his bear or his hero. So it was really nicely done. This Lone Druid hero, all he has to do is get ult off. You press it, you can't get stunned during it. You'll always get it off, but if you don't get it off, you're going to die.
Whoa, and they're just checking high ground right now. Beast Coast maybe taking a little bit of a page out of what Outsiders did to them in the previous game. Saying, come and deal with this. Jump forward. Do they have enough? The Mystic Flare. Where's the save? The BKB. They turn. And they'll keep C-Smile alive. But the tier 3 tower goes down with Doom back up in 10 seconds. Beast Coast, they're going to retreat.
Yeah, he's forced to grab a big Dark Troll Summoner because Doom ate his Ancient. So the denies come out from Stinger. No bounties here.
It's so much gold for that creep. It's 250 gold. It's almost a hero. So, but the initiation.
Chase gave him the snapper, but Stinger will just get out.
I mean, they have the Doom, but there's no Astral here.
Yeah, they all just back away. Wait a minute.
No, they're on C-Smile.
Oh, they got him. Mooted, doomed. Does he end up falling? There's no chance for a deny. So they use Doom now on Outsiders and find that key kill on a TA, but still 15 seconds till Roche is going to respawn.
It's a really there's a really nice read by the two heroes who are coiled. Sometimes Puck coils and hopes that you stand in the coil for those 6 seconds.
Yes.
So when you snap it and you get stunned, you're actually dodging this Puck.
Yeah, you're taking a bit of a risk, right?
Yeah, because if they are close enough, then you are getting stunned and you can't respond to the initiation. So it was a nice read.
Unfortunately, he then hung around too long after.
Yeah, he wanted to keep turning it around.
Yeah.
For some reason, top there's just band of Elven skin above this camp.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just been there for a couple minutes
or something. I don't know.
It's to the left of the camps.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some players like
There
littering,
it
but
is.
Yeah.
dropping the item.
Go
They don't need
sell
the
that.
gold.
What are you doing?
But Roche has spawned, so you see Beast Coast is smoked up on 3 of their cores. Hector's not smoked. A lot of I think this team is gonna often smoke without Hector because they kind of want to bait him. And instead of baiting him, they're just walking into Roche.
They just take it. There was some vision there earlier, but the rest of the team, I actually don't know if Outsiders can get here in time. They take it too quickly.
They throw the orb in, but I mean, Yamich knows.
There's no way.
Will he go for the steal?
Please, no.
Yeah, they bring this down. Fissure. Orb goes out.
Oh my god.
Whoa, you are crazy. You are out of your mind, but will it be good enough? No.
He needed a lot of crits.
There was no way.
He's like, maybe if Hector hits it really hard.
Well, they punish the valiant attempt. And Gojira gets the shard.
It's surprising he went for this blink rush, but he went really greedy at his skill point, so he doesn't have max phase shift.
Yeah.
And that's why he got caught. He wasn't able to blink out in time.
Well, Beast Coast, are they going to tempt fate again as they go up high ground? The Aegis is the great answer for the Doom, and C-Smile got one under his belt. That BKB ready to go, just going to start punishing. And I mean, Outsiders, they need to come up with an answer. Hector's on the bottom side.
Yeah. He just solo takes down the tower. They force out his BKB, or rather the Rax, that is. So the ranged are now gone. And they're just continuing up top. Hector's not even there.
Yeah, he's back farming. He is farming Aegis while they're taking down Rax. That's what he does. And they will get the big creep again, as Melee Rax down low, not dead yet. And you can see that win probability, 82%. Outsiders, they're going to need some real solid plays as Beast Coast try and close up this game and push it to 1 apiece.
Yeah, the second Aegis is the big one, right? Beast Coast gets it. I think they're only up like 2,000 gold, 3,000 gold. Now they're just up 7,000.
Yep.
They took Rage Rax mid. They took Range Rax top at both tier 3. So they're in a really commanding position right now. This Lycan is also, I think he has the Ags flying out to him right now in the courier. So Hector's got this big buff. They share lifesteal now. He gets night vision. He gets HP. He's hasted.
Yeah, he is such a good target for them now if they could find him on Outsiders.
Smoke on smoke. Hector, the one that's baiting.
The typical.
And GPK also not smoked as he heads down the mid lane, but they give it to Hector. He is going into wolf form, jumps in, finds the stun, but the disarm, it's
Nice
not
halberd.
bad, but I don't think it's good enough. as the Wolfman will eat. They chase in for
Oh
more.
my-
Oh
look at
my
Ramses.
God! The crits come through. They're dead so quickly. Yamich tries to get him, but he backs away. The coil, it's not enough. They can't get it. They hit too damn hard.
They're just so strong right now. This Wraith King is so farmed. He's up 2,000 gold on the dude, but he's up 7,000 gold on this lone druid.
And the pings are coming out as Beast Coast, they feel the love in the air from the crowd. They're feeling the moment right now, trying to take down these tier 4 towers. As Outsiders did it to him before, I don't think they're going to be able to make any type of return play here, but the buybacks come out, lone druid there. Hector keeps on beating away. The Ancient is exposed. There is no answer. That is GG. We're going to game 3.
Well, Sir Action Slacks told me that there's an old saying in Texas that even the wolf won't